In this video, I'm going to be revealing an exact product that I sold on Amazon to make over $2,000 in net profit, and then showing you exactly how I found it. If you're new to the channel, my name's Warner Fields from Fields of Profit. I'm a full-time 7-figure Amazon seller, and in this video, I'm going to be breaking down an exact strategy that I used to find this product. I'll show you this product here in just a second, but we're going to be breaking down how I was able to use a tool called Tactical Arbitrage, which if you've never heard of it before, it essentially allows me to scrape through a ton of different websites all over the internet, compare those prices to the prices on Amazon, and then it kind of shows me product opportunities. That's how I found this one, and I'll go ahead and show you exactly how I use it to find product opportunities. But if you're brand new to the channel or want to learn even more about selling on Amazon for completely free, linked directly beneath me is going to be our free Amazon seller Discord community. There's over 34,000 people in there sharing a ton of free information. Would love to see you in there, but let's go ahead and jump into the video. So this right here is the exact product that I was selling on my Amazon store. It was this dandy blend. It's some kind of dandelion tea or something like that. And I was finding this product from a website called iHerb, very similar site to this one. I was scanning it with a coupon, doing some tactical arbitrage searches that we'll run into just a second here. But I was buying this exact product, and just to show you, since I am just a guy on the internet, just to show you that it is true, here's all my orders, back from 2021. This exact product is no longer even being sold on Amazon, and this brand is actually selling on Amazon themselves now. So I would avoid this brand now. I just want to go ahead and break down, show you a specific example product that I've sold. You can see here's all the order numbers, and back right here, here's the number you really want to see, $2,016 net profit. That works out to a 22.5% net margin. So this is a pretty good product. So let me go ahead and break down how I found it. So this tool right here called Tactical Arbitrage, if you've never seen it before, basically what it lets me do is pick almost any website. So for example, I can punch in Walmart. That's the classic example that everyone's going to run. It's not the greatest tactical arbitrage scan, which we'll talk about here in just a second. But basically what it lets me do is pick Walmart, and then let's say, hey, I want to look through every beauty product that Walmart sells, and I want to see if there's any profit opportunities when I'm flipping that item on Amazon. So I could go ahead and select the beauty option right here, go ahead and click add to bulk, and now it's gone ahead and pulled in every item that's on Walmart.com that's in the beauty category. It's going to automatically compare those prices to the prices on Amazon, and it's going to see if there's any profitable opportunities on this product. Another part of this that I want to go ahead and break down here real quickly is the filters. This is super important. If you don't have your filters set correctly, you're going to think the tool doesn't work and you're not going to make any money. And that's probably the biggest complaint I hear is, not knowing how to set up your filters, not knowing what to look at. Because if you don't set your filters and you really don't know what to look at, you're going to waste a lot of time. It's probably not going to be the greatest tool. So let me save you some time and show you here real quick. So I've gone ahead and I have a saved filter set here. I'll go ahead and toggle that one on. So for my price adjustments, this is where the real magic happens. This is where we'll punch in any kind of coupons or cashback, anything like that we're going to get. In this case, I know that Walmart pays out usually 1 to 2% from Rakuten, as well as 2% on my credit card. If you have a Walmart credit card, you can get a couple extra percentage points of cashback. There's a little nugget for you. So we'll go ahead and put this at 2% cashback. And this basically what this does is it automatically factors that into my prices. So anything I'm scanning on Walmart.com now, Tactical Arbitrage is going to treat it as 98% of full price. And you can see how that gets really, really powerful once we have some coupons. But moving down the line here, we want to remove a whole bunch of the fluff, right? There's going to be a ton of products in that beauty category, right? If you think about how many products that Walmart sells that's makeup. So we want to remove a ton of the junk, right? So what I try to do is I will remove average ranks over 175,000. You can also do it per categories and stuff. I just like to stay above 175,000. 150 to 200,000 is a good kind of range to hang out. Above that tends to sell a little bit too slow. And then obviously below that, the closer we get to 1 is the fastest selling product on Amazon. So as we get through here, I want to remove products where Amazon is a seller and they're in stock. Amazon does not compete with us as third-party sellers. They're going to hog the buy box. They're going to hog all the sales. So we don't want to be competing with them there. I also remove hazmat products. So perfume and, anything that's going to explode or anything like that. I remove those products. Some other sellers will sell hazmat products. I personally don't. There's plenty of easier products to sell in my opinion. So over here, you can get as strict or as broad as you want. Personally, my philosophy on tactical arbitrage is to go a little bit broader than a lot of people would. And that way I can get really good at looking through the data and knowing when to examine certain items. And so casting my net a little wider and knowing when to click through certain listings and all that good stuff, which again, we'll talk about that here in a second as we're walking through this. So I sometimes will set this at competitive sellers less than 70. So I'm going to remove it if there's a whole bunch of competitive sellers. If you're brand new, maybe put this at like 20 or 30, just because that's going to be way less competition. And if you're a new seller, having less competition competition is going to be easier for you to make sales, obviously. So I remove if the number of reviews and the rating is lower than 3. This tells me that it's either not getting reviews, which means it's not getting sales, or it tells me that the rating is lower than 3 stars, which means it's a problematic product, which means I'm probably going to get some returns and stuff like that. Don't want to mess with that. I'll also remove it if the number of sellers is less than 2 and then more than 70. Just for this exercise, we can put it at 30 just to find maybe some more beginner friendly products in this video. So I also remove products on Amazon that are cheaper than $9. There's just not a ton of profit to be had on those super cheap items. And then when the item is more than $200, that's just a personal preference for me. I don't want to mess with any expensive returns. Like if a buyer tries to, do any fraud or anything like that, I don't want to mess with that. I'm just going to stick to those items that are kind of middle of the road pricing. 150, that price range is fine. I don't really want to get scammed out of multiple hundreds of dollars. That's just personal preference though. So I also will remove if Amazon has been in stock. So right here, we're removing if they are a seller and right now they're in stock, but that doesn't have anything to do with how they were in the past. So if Amazon's been in stock more than 25% over the last 30 days, that's kind of what I'll look at. If you want to kind of scan with the training wheels on a little bit, you can put that at like 75%. Or if you want to completely stay away from Amazon, you could put 100%. I'll just go ahead and put it at 75% for this video. Right here, you can filter out certain titles and all that good stuff. Like if you're looking for a certain brand or you're only ungated in certain brands, you could go ahead and put that here. Or if you're looking for certain brands at certain times of the year, if you're looking for toys near Christmas, you could start putting in some toy brand names here. And right here, you can plug in any cost that you're going to pay. So I would maybe put in like, a 30 cents per pound. That's about what you're going to pay to send items into Amazon. And then down here, I like to filter $3 profit per unit and then 35% ROI. And again, this is where you can kind of make it a little bit easier on yourself. Right here, this is a relatively new feature to the software. It's either going to scan the current buy box price. So when you're on Amazon, it says add to cart. That's the buy box price. You can scan that price, or you can base it off the average prices here, which if you are a newer seller and you want to kind of, find those products that are more likely to be profitable, you can pull these average prices instead of the current price, and you'll find a whole lot less items that are on price spikes, way more expensive than they usually sell for. Again, I like to cast my net a little wider and just kind of manually do it myself, and my team is highly trained on this as well. And hopefully you will be after this video and after you give it a little bit of practice. Down here, you can get really fancy with some of these filters, but that is not super important stuff down there. So we're going to go ahead and click search here. And then this would basically run that search of every beauty product on Walmart.com. We didn't really plug in any coupon codes. You can see it's already checking through 25, 31 products. It's probably not going to find very many products because we didn't really have any barriers to entry here. Something even on this site I was pulling up as an example to show you what I'd sold in the past. And we can see right here this little banner that says up to 30% off site wide. This is the kind of stuff you're looking for when you're running these tactical arbitrage scans. You're looking for those categories that are on sale right now, or maybe like a site-wide coupon. So for example, if we want to look at a site like VitaCost, we can see on the banners of, a bunch of websites are going to have something just like this where, oh, okay, this whole category right now is 30% off. Let me see if I can find anything in this category. So right here, we can see that all of these product prices are, it's their regular price, but we can also use this coupon code to get 30% off. So this is where it gets a little bit more advanced, but this is really how the money is made with this software. Kind of going that extra mile, finding those coupon brands. In this case, we got about 1,000 items that are 30% off, where if someone else was doing a tactical arbitrage scan of this website and they didn't go the extra mile to find that coupon, they're going to be sourcing at a much higher cost basis than you. Their scanner is not going to know that they're going to have a pretty good deal. So we're going to go ahead and create another search here. Go ahead and delete that. Cool. So we'll go ahead and punch in VitaCost. So we're looking at that one particular category. So I grabbed the link up here. This link for tactical arbitrage purposes is going to contain all the information about these products. So I'm going to put start page 1. And then over here, it looks like the last page is page 18. So I'm going to go to last page 18. And then right down here, pretty much everything else is going to be the same. We talked about filters, all that good stuff. Right here is where we're going to make a little bit more magic happen. So we got 3% back from Rakuten right now. You can use Rakuten, Top Cashback, a bunch of websites like that. Basically, you will click it. When you check out, you're going to get that couple percentage points back automatically as cashback, just kind of nice extra margin in your business. So we're getting 3% cash back, but we also have a 30% off coupon code. So now when it runs this search, instead of the guy who, they just went in here, they clicked VitaCost and they just started clicking things, clicked add to bulk, like the easy option that we just did with Walmart, they're going to have no idea that this whole section is, basically 33% off after it's all said and done. But our tactical arbitrage does know that. So we're going to go ahead and click search and let's see what it finds. We'll go ahead and rip through this data here in a second. I'll give it a second to scan. We'll see if we can find anything good. And while we're waiting for that data to go into tactical arbitrage, we can go ahead and start finding those profitable items. I want to let you know if you want to go ahead and check out a free trial of tactical arbitrage, I do have a code for you to get hooked up with an extended free trial. Links down below for that. If you use code FIELDS, to give you an extended free trial. I like using this tool. Everyone on my virtual assistant team uses this tool. So go go ahead and check out a free trial of Tactical Arbitrage today if you want to go ahead and give this sourcing method a try. So we've already got some of this data loading in here. So I wanted to quickly show you, this is the view data tab. So while we're searching for products, we're over here on the product search tab. The view data tab is where all that stuff is going to end up. So I've gone ahead and let this load for a little bit, but I also want to go ahead and talk about your filters. This is really important. As I was talking about earlier, I like to cast my net a little wider and then really hyper focus on knowing what to look at on these searches here. So your Tactical Arbitrage is not going to look like this the first time you activate it. So right here, we're going to need to go to manage columns. These are our columns right here. And you're going to want to drag around your columns to have the best information that you can right immediately available to you. For me, you can just click and drag these around however you see fit, whatever makes you the fastest. For me, I think it's really important to have your Keepa chart right here. This shows you basically the past history of the item, the source website, the source title, product image, and then the Amazon title and Amazon image, as well as that buy box price. So at a glance, I can kind of check and make sure, this price is, looks like $4. Potentially we're selling this for $16, $18. Right away, this kind of looks like a mismatch to me, which is why it's so important to make sure you have everything properly set up. So right here on the title, we can see that this is probably like a 100 count. We've got this 125 microgram. These are the same dose, but in this case, I would go ahead and click through. We can see right away right there that it's 100. We could go ahead and see what the price is on the 365s, but it's probably not quite what we're looking for. In this case, it is basically going to end up being like $8. We're going to sell it for 16. So actually, maybe this could be worth checking out. Right away, I was just showing you a quick example of, what data to look at, and it could potentially be a good product. Just making sure everything is the same here. 365, we're looking at mini gels. You just want to make sure everything completely matches, especially with vitamins. It's really important to make sure that you're buying exactly what you think you are. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up SellerAmp over here. So we're buying it for $10.79. And then we can actually do this math inside of SellerAmp. So you can just do that and it'll do the math for you. So we're looking at a buy cost of $7.55, 28% ROI, $2 profit. So it's not the best product, but right away we found a product that, if you've got a ton of money and you just need to buy product, especially with this price stability, it's honestly not a horrible item. That first item I looked at there, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see that this actually works, right? So the other thing you're going to want to think about while you're looking through your data, besides making sure your columns are all naturally oriented, make sure you can see as much useful information as possible. As we scroll down here, I'm looking for, the title, the image. I want to make sure everything matches. Let's see if I can find an example. So like this, for example, we can see right away that these are, these are like pump bottles or whatever. These are squeeze bottles. So we would know right away we could scroll past this item. People would not be happy if we tried to ship that as the same exact item. Right here, we can mouse over this. This is why having the pictures is really important. And really using Tactical Arbitrage, in my opinion, is a game of clicking as few things as possible. The fewer things you click, the better. And then make sure you're clicking on items that have a really good shot of being actually profitable. Because it's going to take 30 seconds, a minute at least to load both those pages, make a good decision, or you could do it on Tactical Arbitrage in just, a couple seconds. So right here, this is vitamin C 500 milligrams. This right here, see it's vitamin C rose hips 100 milligrams. So we just keep on scrolling here. So it's really important to make sure your data is all laid out properly. Another thing to think about is to make sure that your filters are set to something that works for your business, right? So I actually didn't have filters applied on my view data tab. Now I'm going to go ahead and activate my filters here. A lot of this is very similar to what we did on the previous tab, verifying that the items are actually profitable, it's selling fast enough, all that good stuff. A couple things that I do add on this end, just to make sure we're not competing with Amazon, I will go ahead and throw on Amazon sells and in stock to no. And then I'll also go ahead and on the buy box here, I would go ahead and unselect Amazon as well. Just one of those things, we don't want to be competing with Amazon. And right here, after you sort through your data, you could get way more specific with everything else. I also throw on a threshold for how heavy the products. I personally just don't want to sell really heavy products. But like we were talking about earlier, if you want to search for specific brands or specific categories, you could do that from here as well and not filter out quite so much data from the get-go. You can get really fancy with it. There's a lot that I could talk about here, trying to keep it as simple as possible for you guys. So go ahead and apply those filters. And we had 1,200 items, so it cut the amount of items that I need to look at in half just with a pretty simple filter set there. And now that obviously that saves us a ton of time. We've got this product that we already looked at earlier, those vitamin Ds. Let's see about this one right here. Just out of curiosity, we're going to go ahead and mouse over these. We're going to make sure we actually need to click through. So I'm reading, turmeric extract, 1160. I think I saw the exact same thing on this label. So I would go ahead and check out this product as well. So right here, we got that coupon, our price $30. We got 120 capsules. We want to make sure this is the exact same thing. Yeah, this does seem to all check out. So in this case, if we're getting 30% off of $30, you can just go ahead and do that right here. That's pretty simple math, drawing a blank on it for right now. For whatever reason, brain's not working, but we're looking at a $21 cost price, selling it for $37.83 right here. ROI is 35%. So from here, I would go ahead and look at the Keepa chart. And honestly, this item seems pretty good. Looks like the buy box price line here is fairly consistent. We can see over time, it really hasn't been cheaper since about about June. I would love for it to be profitable for the whole year. It looks like it was a little cheaper for a while here, but it's been profitable for, 2 months or so at this point. So I would probably go ahead and buy this product. If you're watching this video, there's a bunch of other people who are watching the same video. Probably don't buy this exact product, just breaking down what to look at here. So now that we know that this particular product does sell and it sells 379 times a month, from here we'd want to figure out how much we're actually going to be able to sell of this product. So over here on SellerAmp, we can see 379 sales a month. And now we're going to go ahead and count the number of competitors we'd have. So our competitors in this case are people who are both fulfilled by Amazon, because they're going to get that 2-day prime shipping, and they're within a couple percentage points of the buy box price. So right now our buy box price is $37.80. This guy right here, you can see it's highlighted in bold that they have the buy box. So it looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would call that guy 7 competitive sellers, and then we would be competitive seller number 8. We're splitting, let's just call it 400 sales per month for the sake of math. So in this case, we'd want to go ahead and buy 40 units of this. Honestly, a very solid product here that we found. Just making sure everything's checking out. Another thing you can check on products, especially like vitamins, you can check the nutrition label, that kind of stuff. So right here, we've got this nutrition label. We can see if we have the nutrition label here over on Amazon, and we do. So we're looking for, the same dosage. So we're looking at 1160 and then 5 milligrams, 1165 milligrams. Looks to be the exact same thing. It seems like we found a pretty solid product here right away with using tactical arbitrage, making sure we have all our filters, all our data set up, all that good stuff. And from here, we would just go ahead and keep scrolling through tactical arbitrage, doing the exact same thing, investigating items when they look interesting and going ahead and pull the trigger and continuing to make profits as an Amazon seller. So if you guys did get a ton of value out of this video and you want to check out tactical arbitrage for yourself, once again, if you use code FIELDS, the link down below, you get an extended 10-day free trial of tactical arbitrage. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions or comments. Always happy to answer those as well. Feel free to hit that like, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Helps me out with the algorithm. But I really appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time.